You and me are friends, right?
It's a very Corey Christmas. The two Coreys in the 90s. We're gonna get through this. Hey everybody, Alex Staunch here. Welcome back to a very Corey Christmas. Happy to be here with you fine folks. Let me know what you think of a very Corey Christmas down in the comments. If you have any suggestions or, any ideas, the month is still going, let me know. Tonight we got a pretty cool video. I have had a few requests to cover video games, and that's not really my thing. However, it is a very Corey Christmas, and I figured, why not look back at the long-lost Corey Haim video game? Yeah, that existed. But we're going to do things a little differently. I'll be directly referencing LRM Online's article about Corey Haim's video game Double Switch, which was written by my good buddy Jake Perry, who himself was actually Corey Feldman and Corey Haim's assistant back in the day. He got hired on the Two Coreys TV show. If you saw that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll be just kind of reading off what he already had put down. And I'll be, linking everything down in the description. Go and give him some support and find him on Instagram at JakeOnSunset. Also lending a hand is Sega Cd Universe on YouTube. Go subscribe to their channel as well. Very exciting that they reached out. Fellow Corey fans who knew. Let us venture back to 1993 to take a look at the Sega CD game, Double Switch, starring none other than Corey Haim. Many great things happened in 1993. MTV played PM Dawn in heavy rotation. Jurassic Park grossed almost $1 billion at the box office. Chevy Chase hosted his own television show on Fox. 1993 also saw the release of the second Sega CD system model and the interactive video game, Double Switch, starring the late great actor Corey Haim. In the early 90s, a console war broke out between Sega and Nintendo. Each company battled for top sales and surpassed each other by developing its brand with the best advanced hardware in the world. Although Nintendo won the battle in the long run, Sega took home the gold when they released their revolutionary laser lens Sega CD system, an add-on to the Genesis console. Sega CD came with a larger memory and storage capacity thanks to a CD-ROM. These groundbreaking advances meant your video game machine could play your new Spin Doctor CD, and more importantly, digitize video. Sega's innovation led to the concept of full motion video, and a new generation of cutting-edge gaming technology emerged. One of the most notable Sega CD games to come from this era was Double Switch, the cinematic mystery. The American company Digital Pictures created the game while spearheading the full motion video movement. With Double Switch, the motion picture industry and the gaming world collided. The game blurred the lines between gaming and a Hollywood production. It contained over an hour of full motion movie entertainment. Double Switch used real actors, a real production crew, and filmed in a professional Hollywood studio. The distinguished cast consisted of 1980s teen idol Corey Haim, singer Debbie Harry, R. Lee Ermey, David Packer, Erwin Keyes, Taylor Negron, the legend, Camille Cooper, and my favorite vampire in the Lost Boys, the late Brooke McCarter. Fun fact, the two Lost Boys cast members were roomies at the time of filming. Famous director Mary Lambert, known for her work on Pet Sematary and many popular music videos, directed the game, and Hollywood industry veteran James Riley wrote the game's storyline. Not to mention, Grammy-nominated new wave pop musician Thomas Dolby composed the game's eerie score. Award-winning cinematographer Sandy Sissel responded to my email and reminisced about her time working on Double Switch. I certainly remember working with Mary Lambert on Double Switch, but of course it's almost 30 years ago at this point, she told LRM Online. I had worked previously with Mary on commercials and films, and this fit into the exact same category and style of shooting. The production designer had built an amazing set on stage, and my gaffer and key grip and I lit the sets exactly the same way that we did on a film. Being the first time I had worked on a video game, I was most dependent on Mary and the script supervisor to explain some scenes to the fullest. I had worked with R. Lee Ermey and Debbie Harry before, and they portrayed their characters as any actor might do so in a narrative setting. The largest character in the game was portrayed by Corey Haim, and he worked very closely with Mary as far as production went, and we shot on 35mm film and used Steadicam, crane, and dolly shots as needed. This interactive movie mystery game takes place in an Egyptian-themed apartment building called the Edward Arms. Eddie, Corey Haim, is stuck in the basement. He wants to escape but needs your help to free him. It's your responsibility to protect the tenants from intruders snooping around the building looking for treasure hidden inside. The rooms come equipped with surveillance cameras, and the player must trap villains using Eddie's state-of-the-art security system. Every time you click on a room, a surveillance video shows the people inside, and you learn more about the story. If you mess up, Eddie scolds you. So follow his orders, or he'll cut your feed from the security cameras, and the game restarts. It's a fun little game where the player controls the movie and watches the story unfold. A common complaint about the Sega CD full-motion video games had to do with its limited replay value. Double Switch was constructed to watch videos in order to know what's going on, but if you watch the video in full, you miss something in another room, resulting in game over. This encouraged the player to learn the mechanics of the game by continuously starting over to watch all the videos in full in order to win the game. The style of the game was cool for a movie, but it became confusing and repetitive. As the mid-90s approached and new technologies arrived, full-motion video became kind of outdated and replaced by 3D games. This was the end of an era, or so we thought. After a solid 4-year run, Sega CD was officially discontinued in 1996. The full-motion video technology faded, but some Sega CD games recently found new life. The video game preservation company and publisher Limited Run Games released the 25th anniversary edition of Double Switch on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The impressive special edition includes a poster, production photos, and even the soundtrack on cassette. We know there's demand for retro gaming because all formats sold out during the pre-sale. I'm a loyal Corey Haim fan, so Double Switch has been in my game collection for over 2 decades. Although I never even owned a Sega CD machine. I'm glad that all the video and deleted scenes from this full-motion game can now be found on YouTube for us HAIMSTER and gamer fans to enjoy. And again, that was all from Jake Perry from LRM Online. I will link the full interview down in the description, as well as a video interview he did with the guitarist from Scream, who was featured in Double Switch, and they have a really cool interview about that. But for now, I'm going to hand it off to Sega CD Universe to talk a bit about playing the game, which I never got a chance to do.
Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to say a big thank you to Staunch TV. I'm a huge fan of your channel, and I appreciate you putting me in your video. So I wanted to just briefly talk about one of my all-time favorite video games, and that is Double Switch starring Corey Haim. Keep in mind, I am a bit partial because I'm a huge Corey Haim fan, but I just wanted to talk about this. So Debbie Harry is also in this from Blondie, and Arlie Ermy from films that you may know, like Full Metal Jacket is probably his most famous one. It's a full motion video game, very similar to something like Night Trap. Night Trap is pretty much what kicked off the ESRB ratings in the 90s due to some of the content that the politicians were saying were more graphic than they really were. But it's a very similar game where you go around in full motion video, so it looks like a complete movie, to different cameras inside of a hotel. And while you're controlling the cameras, you're also springing traps on the people that are coming into the building that are trying to steal things or shut off the power or do bad things in the building. The game has some replayability because when you're springing the traps and trying to catch the people, you're only seeing certain rooms. If you go back and then watch other rooms in full motion video, you see different parts of the story unfold, and then it sort of comes together. It's a really great game, a little difficult. It does have some great actors in it that I enjoy, and some very good plot twists by the end of the game. So if you like games like Night Trap and full motion video is your bag, check out Double Switch. It originally came out on the Sega CD. It also got released on PC. I believe there's a Saturn port. There may be a 3DO port if memory serves, and more recently it got released by Tyler Hoggle, who was working in conjunction with Limited Run Games, and it's on the PS4 and I believe the Switch, and it might be on the Xbox One, but I think it's only digital on certain consoles. So you're going to have to look into that. But back when this came out, and my friends and I were really into Sega CD, people make fun of full motion video, but when you're playing something that looks like a movie and you go from little pixelized graphics on the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, etc., and you're playing and integrating into a game that looks like a movie, it completely blew me away as a kid. I thought there was nothing better and we would never get past that graphically. Little did I know it wouldn't age well and people really don't like FMV, even though my friends and I still really enjoy it. So there's my 2 cents on Double Switch on the Sega CD and these other systems. It's a great game. If you're a Corey Haim fan, you definitely need to track it down because it's a lot of fun. Be good.
Thanks for joining us, folks, and special thanks to Jake Perry and Sega CD Universe. You guys rule. It's a very Corey Christmas. Stay tuned and subscribe. It's a very Corey Christmas. The 2 Coreys in the 90s. We're gonna get through this.